powerful storm with intense gusts of wind and hail the size of walnuts struck the central and southern areas of China's Shanxi Province. The storm broke out in the afternoon, affecting dozens of towns and causing widespread damage. The cities of Linfen, Yuncheng, and Changzhi were hit especially hard, with wind speeds reaching 90 kilometers per hour. In Halma County, over 35 millimeters of rainfall fell within 30 minutes, accompanied by hailstones up to 4 centimeters in diameter. According to local residents, the sky suddenly turned dark before a heavy downpour and strong winds began, knocking people off their feet. In Shangyuan, dozens of trees were uprooted, rooftops were torn off homes, and power lines were damaged. Authorities in Gushi County reported damage to more than 700 households and power outages. Local farmers said their cornfields and fruit orchards were completely destroyed across hundreds of hectares. In villages near Yuncheng, hail shattered car windows and damaged solar panels and greenhouses. About 3,000 residents were temporarily left without electricity. There were reports of 3 people injured by falling roof debris. In Jishi County, strong winds tore down billboards and damaged store facades and bus shelters. Emergency services received more than 120 calls from the public in just the first half of the day. The storm caused temperatures to drop by nearly 10 degrees Celsius within an hour. Rail services were temporarily disrupted in some areas due to fallen trees on the tracks. Agricultural cooperatives reported destruction of irrigation systems and storage facilities. The damage in some counties is estimated to be in the tens of millions of yuan. Schools in Changzhi and Zhaoxian temporarily suspended classes. Cleanup efforts and power restoration began immediately after the storm passed. In Shani County, utility workers restored electricity to 75% of affected homes. Meteorologists had warned of possible thunderstorms, but the scale of the damage was unexpected. A yellow level weather alert was issued a few hours before the storm began. In some places, hail and heavy rain continued for about 40 minutes. Residents posted videos on social media showing strong winds toppling fences and trees. Local hospitals were placed on high alert, but no serious injuries were reported. In Anji County, authorities set up temporary relief centers for residents. People in affected areas received water, blankets, and food. Volunteers and rescuers are clearing debris from roads and assisting the elderly. Meteorological teams are continuing to analyze satellite images and radar data. Officials said such storms are typical for July, but their intensity this year is above normal. Some towns are still without communication services due to damaged infrastructure. In Pingao County, wind damaged more than 50 historic buildings, including ancient gates and pagodas. China's Ministry of Emergency Management dispatched additional equipment to clear debris. Similar weather had recently been observed in neighboring Henan Province, but on a smaller scale. Experts believe climate change may be contributing to the increase in storm intensity. It will take several weeks to fully restore the affected areas. Local authorities promised financial aid to families who suffered damage. An emergency assessment of losses in the agricultural sector is planned. Mobile clinics have been deployed to several regions to provide medical assistance. Roads in multiple areas remain partially blocked due to fallen trees. Residents are calling for more emergency and utility equipment to be sent to the region. Social media was flooded with photos of streets covered in hail and broken roof tiles. Preliminary estimates suggest more than 150,000 people were affected by the storm. Officials urge residents to remain calm and monitor updated weather alerts. Meteorologists expect calmer conditions in the coming days. Though isolated showers are still possible. Emergency services advise people to secure their windows and avoid travel during high winds. Some families have already begun repairing damaged homes and greenhouses on their own. Rescuers report that the situation is gradually stabilizing. Dozens of teams of electricians, builders, and volunteers are working in the field. In Shanxi County, additional storage facilities have been prepared for salvaged crops. Rural areas, authorities say, require special attention and support. Increased weather monitoring will continue throughout the week. Residents express gratitude to emergency workers for their swift response and help. The Shanxi provincial government said no affected family will be left behind. Meteorological teams promise to continue closely tracking atmospheric fronts. A full picture of the damage will emerge after initial assessments are completed across all districts.